All right, cool. Well, hello everyone. Today we will be starting the promised profile page. Wow. So basically we'll be using everything we learned so far to make a profile page for yourself. All right, let's get started. Let me share the appropriate window. Bing, bing, boom. Bam. You also open the chat because chat is fun. All right, so we're going to start our profile page with a template. So I actually started up a template for everyone here. So it looks like this at the moment. Right, it looks pretty good, like if I say so myself. So I'm going to copy this link over here and I'm going to paste it in the chat. So what you have to do is go to REPL.it, right? As usual, go to your REPL and then click this new REPL button over here. And then there should be a button up here called Import from GitHub. So I'll wait till everyone's there. You just click it and then paste the link. And then the rest is very easy. You just click Import from GitHub. I'll wait a few moments so people can do this. Again, links in the chat. So just copy the link in the chat. Go to REPL.it. I'm going to do it again just so, because I heard someone come in. So go to REPL, new REPL, import from GitHub, paste the link. It automatically corrects to this, so don't worry. And then just click import from GitHub. And you should be set. Just to make sure it's working for everyone, right? It's not just like it's my repo, so I can open it. Everyone else can open it too, right? All right, cool, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna link this page as well. If you want to try visiting the template. So if you click this, you'll see what your website will look like. I mean, yes, I did use another template, but shh, that doesn't matter. It looks good, so okay. And it was also light mode by default, so I turned it into dark mode because dark mode is just plain superior, okay? All right, so I'm assuming everyone is on this screen at least. I don't know why mine is taking so long to load. So let me just reload. Oh, a new person's here. Okay, I gotta explain again. Hey, whoever just joined, basically, I'm gonna paste the link again in the chat. Go to REPL.it, paste, copy the link in the chat. Let me open up REPL again. I'm gonna have like 3 of the same repositories. But go to REPL, click new REPL over here, right? Import from GitHub, and then paste the link in the chat. Bam, and click this button. And you should be good to go. And if it like gets stuck on this screen, because mine got stuck on the screen, just click reload and it should be fine. Yeah, you reload and it works. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the basics of this template. There are 3 folders: assets, CSS, and JS, right? And JS obviously has the JavaScript files in it. CSS has the CSS in it, and then inside assets there's a folder called images, and then inside there, well, there are images. So let's open the index.html here. And this is the HTML. It's pretty long. Don't feel intimidated. All you got to do is change the things you want to change. So let's see. To preview this website, just click run. And oh, there is no command to run. Great. REPL is being a little bit quirky today. Ronak, you're a REPL expert. What do I do? I'm trying to have this website open, but the main.sh is not found. Yeah. This didn't happen yesterday. Okay, so the quick way to fix this, I guess, is just python-m http.server. I'll copy this command in here into the chat. So I think all you have to do is type this. Paste. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, all you gotta do is type python-m space http.server. I'll put it in the chat. It's already 8,000 by default, so you can just, oh, bro. So I had to, Ronak, what do I have to do? Oh, I can just click open here. Okay, never mind. I'm being stupid. So basically, open, I'm guessing everyone has this terminal open on their screen, right? Just type Python space -m, dash is like the minus sign, and then http.server. How do we get the link to our website? So once you run this command, right, it should pop this thing up over here. And then there's a open new tab button at the top right. So I'm just gonna make, like Ronak suggested, a .replit file. And then I guess what run equals python-m http.server. So yeah, I guess you should do that if you want. So basically, I guess what this will do is every time you click the run button, it'll run this command in here. Okay, please start over. Got you. Let's start over from cloning the repo. Let's go. Okay, so import from GitHub again. Just paste it in. Bing, bing, boom. Oh, if it's still detecting language, reload the page and it'll work. Yeah. I don't know why REPL does that. REPL is a bit quirky. Okay, so we're back here.
Wait, actually, I'm pretty sure if you reload, then like if you wait for it to detect the language, it'll make the.
Oh, that's why it's missing the file.
Yeah, it doesnn't know what command to run.
I see, I see. Well, I guess we have to wait then. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Ronak, why do you like REPL so much? This is so slow. Portal elevator, yes. Welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed. And we are now ready to begin the test proper. Why do I remember that quote? Anyways, you know what? Screw this. Just reload it and make your own .replit file. Okay, new file, add file, right? .replit, no spaces. Okay, and then inside this file, run is equal to, and then in quotation marks, python-m http.server. So that's simple enough. I'll copy paste that in the chat so everyone can copy that as well. So inside your .replit file, put this command. Yeah, and then you click, if you click run, it'll open up the page. Is everyone there? It's not working. Okay. BEP, I'm assuming that means yep. NEP? Oh. You can, you know what? Is it not running for everyone? You just click the button and this should open up. Right, so you just click run and then click this open in a new tab button and it should work. Is anyone having trouble with that still? Okay, it works now. Okay, cool. Well, that was a weird hiccup. I don't know why that happened, but basically, let's see. Now it's not auto opening. Why are you so broken, Rebel? Please work when work when I want to do a demo. Please. Yeah, repull. It's yeah. This is super weird. Well, when in doubt, reload the page and it should work. When in doubt, reload. Okay, there it is. Okay, just don't close this, I guess. And click this open in a new tab button, and then you'll see it in a new page. So I guess that's the best solution here. So now you have your own copy of the site, right? So if you make any edits in here, it'll come up in your own site. So let's say I want to change this like profile page thing here to my name. Right? I can go to profile page right here, and then I can just say Nishi. And if I reload, oh, where? I think I changed the wrong one. Profile page. Okay, there it is. So if I change that over here, yeah, theoretically, there you go. See, so whatever you change in this file, if you reload the tab open in the background, it'll update. So you can start putting in your own information into this page. And yeah, so Keshav is going to walk you through a little bit of how this HTML actually works because it's based on Bootstrap.
Sure. Let me get my screen sharing. All right. Well, for me, I don't know. For me, it worked. It detected the language, so I don't have a server. I don't have mine on the local host or REPL's like local host. But anyways, you can sort of what Kento showed. You can edit a lot of stuff just by doing Command F and looking for it. But I'll talk a little bit about some of the Bootstrap stuff. One thing being that you can see a lot of this is essentially just Bootstrap components. This complete navigation bar is from Bootstrap. You can, that's what makes it responsive with like shrinking the navigation bar as we scroll down, as well as as we shrink the screen width, we have a mobile navigation, and this is all Bootstrap. If you want, you can even replace this just by looking on Bootstrap for a different navigation bar. But I'm not going to change it because I don't want to change the styles too much, but you can certainly do that. And you can even add, here you can see that these are literally just list items. So if I want to add a new section, I can just copy and paste. And I don't know what's going on with the formatting, but okay, it should now reload. I have another link. This goes to Portfolio though, just because as you can see, the href is to it looks for an item with the portfolio with an ID of portfolio. So I might want to change this to like something else. And this would be good for, if I add another section underneath a footer section. Or, if you want, you can even change these into different links. Like maybe if I want to change this to link to, let's change it to our GitHub page. I believe you should just be able to do that and it should work. So it takes us to GitHub. And this might be useful if you have an external page that you want to highlight. And yeah, so you can, this is pretty much just like any HTML file. You can change things by looking for it. But one thing that is special about portfolios is that they usually build it in such a way that rather than assigning all of your CSS to one class name or one ID name, they do it the opposite way, where you assign like numerous class names in order to assign different styles. So you can see here that they have a fixed top, and if we go to CSS, you'll just look for fixed top, and you can see that the fixed top class name essentially just all it does is takes an item and changes the position to fixed and changes the top to 0. So there's also things like fixed bottom, and you might notice that if we just change this to fixed bottom, that changes the nav bar to the bottom. But I'm not a psychopath, so I'm going to put it back to the top. Yeah. Yeah, so you can kind of see that you do need to kind of get used to a lot of the different class names, but they are usually pretty self-explanatory. If you look at dflex, usually stands for display flex, and align items center will align the items, set align items, the align items property to center. So you can do that for a lot of things. You can change your styles. So that's what makes using a CSS template really convenient, is just that you can change a lot of your styles simply by adding class names. If I want to change where these are located, I can look for the different properties of align items in CSS, the different class names. You can see, wait, maybe if I want to do, yeah, here. So you see that they have different class names: align items, start, end, center, baseline, stretch, and they essentially all they're doing is just setting setting one property. But if I want, I can instead of it just makes it very easy to change a lot of the CSS properties simply by just changing the class names. Oh, whoops. Yeah, this looks a little bit weird, so maybe I'd want to put it back. But
Yeah, Control F is your friend. Whenever you lose where you wrote your code, just Control F.
wait, where did it go? I just set it to align item start, right? And it's gone. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Wait, why is the Command F not working?
I think you have to do it inside. Click the text box or the REPL box, and then yeah.
Cool. That's
REPL
different.
has its own search. I think REPL is based on VS Code, so
I see.
Yeah. Ronak is crying in Vim.
Yeah, so you can see that a lot of the class names are just used for CSS, and beyond that, there's also another thing we'd go over is modals. Modals is another Bootstrap element, and if you want, you can check them out in Bootstrap's documentation. But essentially, what they do is they just open a, I think they're called lightbox. It opens a lightbox view on top of your code, and so what it uses is it uses two properties, data toggle, which this will always be modal if you want to, if you're showing that the code that you're pointing to is going to be a modal, and then data target, which this is just an ID. So I believe it uses JavaScripts like querying, so to look for the different modals, and so you have to put this ID on your modal. So in this case, they have the modal here, and they've put the ID as example modal. And the same sort of thing applies here, where in the portfolio, you can see that we have the portfolio items, but none of the modals are actually here. It just has the, we just have the data target pointed to modal 1. But if we actually look for portfolio modal 1, you'll see that it's actually at the very bottom of our code. You notice this is the footer, this is the copyright section. This is after all of our code, we have all the modals. And the reason it can just be at the end is just because it's not really, we're anyways querying for the code with the JavaScript that Bootstrap makes. So it doesn't really matter whether we put the modals at the bottom, at the top, or right next to the modal, the buttons that activate the modals. But so that's how you'd change the modals. You'd look for portfolio modal 1, and this one has the ID modal 1. So you can just do what you'd normally do. You'd change all this stuff. Maybe I can change this to, I don't know, my education. And so it's likely that you'll probably be using these modals in order to display your information. You can put things like your education, your work experiences, and all in these different modals. Yeah, and I think Kento wanted to talk about uh, the contacts page and how this section essentially sends an email to you. That's some with JavaScript.
Yep. So let me share my screen now. Oh, hey, it's Frank's website. What a nice. Anyways, so back to here. Basically, there's a part on the site where you can send an email, right? Or send a message. And so if you try like typing in a name here and then, or a subject and a message, and you click send, it'll open your mail app on your computer. Let me share my entire screen so you can see that. Screen, yes. Okay, so if you click the send button over here after writing a message, it'll open your mail app, and then it'll show the stuff you typed. So I'm going to walk you through how this actually works. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So subject. Let me zoom that out. Okay, so obviously there's HTML for the form, right? And it's actually pretty simple. It's just there's a form, right? And then inside the form, there's like labels, inputs. And these inputs are like the subject here and the message here. And then the JavaScript is where the magic happens. So I'm going to go to the JS and contactme.js. Okay, So this template uses something called jQuery, which is a pretty common library in JavaScript. So what this is doing is it's just submitting the form. So when the user submits the form, it runs these things. So when there's an error, it runs this function. When there's a successful submission, it runs this function, right? And all you care about is if the form is successfully, submitted. So what we do is, if the form is successfully submitted, you get the email or you get the subject, right? So what this does is it gets the value of the input box. That's the subject over here. So right here, whatever is in here goes into subject. And this, you could just ignore this encode URI component thing. That's just to safeguard URLs. So whatever you type in here gets assigned to subject, and the same with the message, right? And now that we have the subject and the message, we want to open the mail app. So you can do that with a mail to link. You know how there's like HTTPS : and then like that? There's also like HTTP. There's also other types of links like Spotify. There's what other? Anyways, there's a ton of them. You can have your own. I think VS Code has its own as well. So the mail app has one called mail to. So, oh yeah, file is one other one. So if you type file, and then you can open files on your computer. So let's say I want to open something in my downloads folder. I don't know what I would open. Let's open my my stats notes. So see, look, if you look at the URL, it says file : / and then the path to the file. So yeah, similarly, there's something called mail to. So if I type mail to : let's say my email, right? And then press enter, it'll open the mail app with a blank email to my email address, like this. It's pretty cool, right? So what we can do with that is we can actually assign the subject and the message with this URL. So let me explain what this does. Basically, it says mail to, and then we discussed template literals earlier in our lectures. Basically, you can use this $sign notation to put variables inside a string. So I have my email defined up here in a variable called my email. You should change that to your own email. Right? And then, so let's see, I'm gonna write a new line here. So what this does is mail to, and then it puts your email, so user@example.com, and then question mark, subject equals, there's no need for the and here actually, but subject equals, and then whatever subject is here, so that would be whatever value is in here. So let's say if I type my subject here, right, it'll put that over here, and then and body is equal to my message. So yeah, like that. And so when the browser opens this URL, if you just copy this URL and paste it, bam, there's your mail app with the correct subject, recipient, and the message. Don't you have to encode URI component? Yes, if it contains special characters. So you could probably see, but the thing that separates the subject and the body is this and character here, right? So what if you had an and inside your actual message? Then it wouldn't work, right? So in that case, you have to use this encode URI component, which basically says, okay, and is like this special code, and then convert it later. So yeah, that's how you avoid conflicts with and, question mark, and etc. And also equal sign. Yeah, so once we have this URL, we just open it in this tab and then reset the form. Pretty simple. Also, if you want to change images on the page, like over here, right? if you want to change these images, they're all stored in this assets folder over here. So you don't have to name the images like cabin. To change that, you can just go into the index.html, find like cabin.png, and then replace this with whatever image you want. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But if you want to, you should definitely customize it, right? Because it's your profile page. And this week was just an intro, but in the coming weeks, we'll tell you how to like actually set up your web page on a GitHub repository and put it up on GitHub Pages. So for now, you can just play around with the code and REPL, and then later we'll walk you through setting up your actual website. Any questions? How to publish local files. Yeah, we'll walk you through that in the next few weeks. Yeah, so you can just, if you want to upload images, you can just upload here for REPL. So this is a default profile picture. You can just replace it with your actual. Frank already did that. That was pretty cool. Where's Frank's website? It's somewhere in the chat. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Anyone got the sign-in link? What is the sign-in link? tinyurl.com/web dev sign-in, I think. Right. I think. Yes. Okay. The code today is portfolio or profile. We don't actually like hard check the code. We just want to make sure you're here. So whatever word you think is appropriate for today's meeting, you can put that in. So yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Let me copy paste the link again, just so you don't miss it. Bing, bang, boom. Code portfolio. And if you want to stay a little bit after the meeting, I can walk you through some extra things that I haven't talked about.